Yo, this is Erik Hassle, and I'm with onthemoveworld.com. Check, check. My name is Erik Hassle, Erik Hassle. I'm from Sweden. I'm 26 years old. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm a singer and I write music. And quite recently I released a new song called No Words that is my first single from my forthcoming full-length album that's gonna come later. And today we're in Paris and I'm about to play here at the with Jessie J. What's the place called? Le Bataclan. I was always singing and playing around with music as a kid. But my mom and dad were their hippies, and they had we moved down to the countryside, and they built a venue in our garden. So we were every weekend in the summer there were always musicians there playing, and the village came and it was like a show. And I used to hang around there, and my mom was at the theater a lot, so I was always there. And then when I was 12, actually my mom, because the teachers didn't like me very much, because I was all over the place, and she had me singing. And then I was hooked. I played football and I did a lot of sports, but I felt that I really fell in love with singing when I was maybe 11, 12, and since then that's what I've been doing. Yeah. Play a little. I had a guitar and a piano at home when I was a kid, so I played that a lot, and I play some drums and bass. It's soul. It's inspired by soul and my love for house music and my problems in relationships. I think. I moved to Los Angeles 2 years ago, and I was kind of uninspired in Stockholm, and I moved there and I got really, really inspired, and I started working with a friend named Daniel there, and we just did a bunch of songs in a very short time, and this song was one of the songs that came about in the beginning. And I'm with RCA record label from Sony in America, and so is Shakira. So they heard the song. It wasn't really decided what we were gonna do with it. I was open to do it myself as well, but then it took off into her camp, and a lot of time went by, and then Rihanna was maybe gonna go on, and it went on and off for that for 1.5 years. And then I got a text from my friend that I wrote it with that they were recording a video for it, and then it was out. So I wasn't really. It just happened without my knowledge, kind of. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always been a big fan of soul, and obviously the home of it is in America, and it's for me it's been very inspiring to be there because of the urban music culture there, the hip hop and the R&B and the soul, which we don't really have the same. You're really good here in France with hip hop, with your own stuff, but it kind of comes from there. So for me it was really inspiring going there. But other than that, I feel right now people seem to like European music a lot over there. So many Swedish people in LA, all my old friends are there working, so I guess it just goes around, kind of. Released that about a year ago, and I think that's when I first came to LA, and I just needed to write. I just wanted to make as many songs as possible, and I think I started writing a bit like an alter ego, kind of. I was writing about a character that it was taking place at different places and all these stories, and then 8-9 songs into writing, I kind of got a perspective of it, and I realized that I had been writing about myself all this time. So I think it was kind of just my teenage diaries that needed to come out, the inspiration that I was carrying around myself, I think. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty going different directions a lot. The album, it's a little bit like the EP is, and then it's a little bit like my new single is. So No Words, a bit more up tempo and groovy, and funky like that. But it's gonna be like a debut album, I think. Even though I've released stuff before, it's gonna be like all over the place, you know. But inspired by California, I think. Um, I had an idea about dancing and crying, or actually, my A&R at RCA had that idea, and I thought it was great. And because the song is kind of happy and sad, like the lyrics are pretty sad, but the song feels good, so it felt appropriate to like dance and cry, even though that's not what you do every day. So that was an idea I brought to the director who did it, and he was like, I want to do something weird. Maybe you should be like a spirit that just pops into a kitchen when two girls are making breakfast, and then I thought that sounded great. Chitin, Paris, chitin, Paris, chitin. How do you say I love? Huh? J'adore Paris, Saint-Germain. I got Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's my favorite football player in the world. Yep, I'm a PSG fan, but I got him tattooed here. His name, Zlatan's name. So I had to learn a little bit, but I don't know much French. No. Yeah. S'il vous plaît. No. What do you say? A little. Apu. Maybe next time, Apu. Yeah.